foaming up at the top.
They pour that back and forth several times and they get it nice and frothy. And that is something you never want to refuse in an African country. If they offer you the mint tea, you absolutely take it because that's a sign that they're welcoming you in as hospitality. And it would be very, very rude not to accept that. So Guy will let you go ahead and start getting those out, and we're going to let you guys try a couple other things. We've got some fried bananas over here. A lot of times in Africa they eat what's called plantains. They're little versions of bananas and not as sweet, but I didn't have access to those, so we have real fried bananas. And they have cinnamon and sugar, so you'll like them. They also have a little bit of ginger, fresh ginger in there with them, so you'll like that. And then we have some sort of pseudo couscous here. This is a grain called semolina, and it is used all over in France. You can get this now at the grocery store at Fairway. It'll say either couscous or semolina on it, and you cook it up kind of like rice you would. And then what they do is they make a stew and they put over top of it. And the things that they eat in Africa come with a lot of different spices and things in them. As a matter of fact, they use things that you might not have heard of before, like turmeric or cumin. We had to put saffron in our dishes that we tried, and Bruno's folks went to the store and found that. Will you tell how it came, Bruno, how they got it? What did it look like?
It's like these little red sticks, and they cut up really short, like a couple centimeters long about.
Yeah, stick gives the wrong impression, though. They're skinny like a hair almost.
Well, skinnier than sticks,
yeah.
But they're pretty firm. And they come in these fancy little glass bottles, and there's only probably, what, like 30 things of whatever unit it is. And then it's like $15 for one little bottle. It's the most expensive spice in the world, right?
I don't know that, but it's one of, anyhow, yeah. And so that comes, actually, it is the stamens from a kind of flower. I've got to look again and see what kind of flower that was, because it's a kind that we would recognize. And they take those and they dry them, and they're kind of a reddish color, and that makes that spice. When you put them in your dish, you kind of crumble them a little bit.
It wouldn't be a hibiscus, would it?
I think it was a hibiscus. Good job.
Bing, bing points.
Yeah, because I grow hibiscus, and I'm thinking I should try that. If I'm not alive next year. That's why. Okay, and then we've got some little bread things here for you to use to kind of scoop up your food, because how do they eat in North Africa? In a home, in the city, you might eat like we do. But out in the village, how do people eat?
Their hands.
With their hands. They take their first 2-3 fingers and they scoop up their food, and they either take it like this or they take it like that. This works better as a scoop. And if they want other things with it, they'll even take that, make like a little hole in it, and have somebody put some of the other stuff in it. And so you guys are going to be eating with your hands today. If that bothers anybody, we do have sanitizer over there on the stool. So you're going to come through the line. We'll start over here. And after you get your plate, we'll hand out the tea for you, so you get to try that. Remember, the goal of doing a food in a foreign language class, any foreign language class, is for you to get to try something you might not ever get to try anywhere else. And so always take the opportunity to try it. If you don't like it, I certainly won't be offended, as long as you don't make faces at me or anything. And, you know, when we're done, we'll take what you didn't want and put it in the garbage, but try it. It's your chance to try something new. Okay, so let's start over here. We'll have you take a plate, and we'll start off with the bananas here. And you can kind of serve yourself a piece of banana. We'll put the fork in for you.
Oh my goodness.
No problem.
Remember that, right?